need to do to be successful. Number one, you have to be on your own health and fitness journey. Period. Hands down, no excuses. Your own journey is the most important part of being a coach. Absolutely. You need to drink your Shakeology every single day. You need to work out every single day. Okay? None of us are perfect. You're going to fall off your journey. You're going to miss a workout. You're going to accidentally eat a whole pizza pie, and that's okay. It's still part of your journey, and you need to stay on your journey. That is absolutely hands down number one, and I've been in this long enough to know, and I'm sure Crystal and Carrie can both agree with this, when I suck at my own journey, I wonder why I can't make Success Club and nobody's joining me. And it's because when you're off your journey, there's nothing to join you in. You have to be on a journey. And if you're not on a Beachbody program right now, start one tonight. Okay, we got on demand. Start one tonight. You have to be on a Beachbody program. Even if you're a runner, even if you're a gym person, you have to be on a Beachbody program. It's your job. Your job is to be on a health and fitness journey with Beachbody products. Number two, you have to post about your journey. Every single day, sometimes twice a day. Okay, because people need to know you're on a health and fitness journey. And when I say post about your journey, it is not a flexing arm, it is not before and after pictures, and it is not abs. Being on your journey is going to be a picture of your shake. It's going to be a picture of you using your containers, a picture of you using coconut oil, a sweaty picture at the gym. Posting about your journey can just be, can't walk today because Autumn kicked my butt yesterday. Okay, so it doesn't have to be a sweaty pic. If you're not quite ready for sweaty pics, that's okay. You can still talk about your journey. You can still say, God, in 30 minutes she kicked my butt. Or you think you don't have time to work out. You know, I'm glad my workouts are only 30 minutes. Every single day you post that stuff. And I'm sure you guys have heard the 80-20 rule. You post 20% journey post, 80% life posts. Okay, life post, your house, your cat, your dog, your kids, your grandkids, your husband, whatever, flowers, I don't care. 80%, 20%. In that 80%, this is number three, share more of you. Share more of you. So that's number three, share more of you. When I say share more of you, that 80% can't be pictures of butterfly and footprints in the sand. It has to be you and your life. And Crystal's smirking because I'm not a big fan of motivational stuff unless it's you. Unless it's you, I'll put like a motivational saying on top of my own picture, or I'll put it in quotes but relate it to my life. So it will be a picture of my kids or me or a workout or something to go with that motivation. It has to be more of you. And the more of you share, the more vulnerable you are, the more you don't want to share it, the better it's going to be. Okay? So you can't just share the artificial stuff of you. It's got to be the stuff inside of you. What are your beliefs? What are your morals? What is the message you want to spread? What are the struggles you have overcome? What are you currently struggling with? The more of that you share, the better and more successful of a coach you're going to be, because you're going to build deeper relationships. Number four, you have to post about the business. So every single coach on here signed up to be a coach and paid, you know, your $40. So guess what? You are a business owner. Okay? You are a CEO of your own business. Act like it. Okay? This isn't some silly little fitness thing that you're doing. You own a business. Be a business owner and talk about it. So when I say post about the business, right now, somebody better be taking a picture of this call because you are on a business meeting right now and you're going to post about it. Because who wouldn't want to have a business meeting with 27 awesome other women and we're in pajamas, right? Everybody. So you need to do business posts all the time, like every day. Everything you do is awesome because being a coach is awesome. So post about your business. In addition to posting about your business, you need to post your income. Yeah, that's scary, right? You might be a brand new coach and maybe your check was $40 this week, right? But guess what? That $40 filled up your gas tank. And there are people on your Facebook that can't fill up their gas tank. Or your month covered your Shakeology, and there are people on your Facebook that always wanted to try Shakeology but can't afford it. But if they see that it covered, you made enough money to cover your Shakeology, they're now your new coach. So you have to do business posts. And the main reason you have to do it is number 5. And that is you have to invite. And you have to invite with a call to action. And what that means is when you're inviting people into challenge groups or to coaching, you need to tell them what you want them to do. So you can't just have this, hey, join my challenge group. Like, nobody even knows what a challenge group is. First of all, I don't even like that word. Nobody knows what it is, and you're not telling them what to do. Okay, you can't just make a post for a challenge group or a open house that says, just like this post and you can be in my challenge group, because that's not a call to action. And a call to action is click on this link and send them to a web form, send them to your private Facebook group that you've all created in your challenge groups, because you want them to go somewhere that you can then build a relationship. Okay, so when you're inviting, okay, because this is a huge part of the business, if you are not posting your journey and you put an invite out there that says, who wants to join me on this journey, but you don't post your journey, nobody wants to join you. Nobody. So I have coaches all the time be like, well, nobody really posted, nobody commented, nobody went. I'm like, yeah, because guess what? I haven't seen one picture of you working out. Nobody wants to join you. Nobody knows what you're doing. Same thing with the business post, which is why I said you have to have the business post. So I have people that invite to the open houses. And I know Crystal shares one of my calls about inviting, on how to do, inviting in mass amounts of people to get to these open houses. And your diamond training that you're about to start is going to go over that. But nobody's going to say, yes, I want to be in your sneak peek, or yes, I want to be a coach, if you don't talk about it. They're just going to think you're like this crazy workout shake person. Okay, they need to know you're a boss of a business so that they want to do it. Okay, so that's why we do business posts, because when you invite, they know what that means. Hey, you want to go into my sneak peek for 5 days? And somebody's going to be like, hey, she posts those pictures on these Zoom chats with all those awesome people. I want to do that, right? But if you don't make any posts, nobody wants to go to your sneak peek because you don't have business posts. Okay, so that's huge. And that really, and I know Crystal and I personally have talked about this, that changed us in the types of coaches we were recruiting. If you do all fitness stuff, you're going to attract fitness people. If you start posting business stuff, you're going to attract a different kind of person, somebody that wants a business. And that's different. You need business builders. Number 6, you have to run support groups, challenge groups, whatever you want to call them. You have to run something. If you're a brand new coach, they could be really scary, but that's okay, because and when it's scary, it means it's really good, so you have to do it anyway. If you're a brand new coach and you're inviting, you're always going to tell your prospects, well, I have a new group starting next week. I don't care if you don't even have a group, because you know what? Out of all these coaches on this call, somebody has a group that you can put a coach into. Okay, so you always be running a support group, a private group. I've actually at the point where I'm training my coaches just to open up a private support group. And that way you just have a place to dump people. Because when you're in the private groups, you can post very differently than what you're posting on your wall. Okay, so you have to be running groups. Number 7, you have to run free groups. You have to do it. And you have to run free groups, because not everybody wants to financially invest in you, especially if you're a new coach. But they might really like you, and they might want to become better friends with you, right? Because the better relationships you have with people, the more eager they are going to be to sign with you as a coach or as a customer. So you have to run free groups. So let's talk free groups. You can do a squat challenge, a plank challenge, a butt challenge, a flex challenge. A 5-day clean eating. It doesn't matter what the group type is, but here's what I like about the free challenges. Make them 5 or 10 days. Don't make them 30 days. I'm doing a 30-day challenge now because everyone asked to do the squat challenge. I had like 45 people the first week, and now I have like 5 because I'm on like day 20. Okay, keep them short, because the whole point of the free group is for engagement. And if you're not getting engagement, you're wasting time posting. Like, who cares? So, and another tip I have about these free groups, do something that you're excited about. So coaches have started to do free groups on, I did like a 5 a.m. wake up group where we boxered everyone at 5 a.m. for check-ins. People, you know, if you're successful, people wake up early, period. End of story. So I ran this group and it was just 5 a.m. wake up group. And I had like, I don't know, 40 people in it or something. And I boxered them, you know, in a group boxer every morning. And who's up? Let me hear you. And then I sent a motivational clip to every person in the group. Because that changes their life and that motivates them, and that makes me really excited that I'm changing their pattern and their lifestyle. Fine. Find something that is passionate about for you. If you, I don't know, cross stitch, do a 5-day learn how to cross stitch group. If you do certain things with yoga, do a 5-day yoga group. But you could do a faith-based group if that's something you're into. You could do a book club. It doesn't have to do anything with health and fitness. So when I was running the free groups, I used to only do the 5-day clean eating. I hate nutrition. I hate it. I would put out these menus of these 5 days, and they were awesome. I would not eat one thing on these menus. Okay, because I hate nutrition. It's just not my thing. But I'm running these groups, so I'm not forming any relationships because it's something I have absolutely no passion about, and I'm just posting stupid stuff. I mean, I still run them because it kind of attracts people, but that's not where I'm building good relationships. So the whole point of the free group is to build better relationships. So come up with a free group right now tonight, and you're going to post it on your Diamond page what your free group's going to be and the date it's going to start. And you're going to post about it. And when you post about it, and this is something Carrie and Crystal and I talk about, I don't care if you even have day 1 typed up yet. Start putting people in a group, because you're going to have to come up with day 1. You're going to have to if you have people in a group. Okay, because you have to just start. Number 8, you have to build relationships with people. And I'm not going to go into that whole get 10 new friends on Facebook a day, whatever your rule is, because that's not how I do it. I don't believe in fishing in groups and binding people at all. What I believe in is building deeper relationships with the people I got. So when I do my 80% life posts and people comment, and for example, my mom passed away at a young age, I talk about that often. And when I talk about that, I always get comments and messages to people that have gone through that. And when they say, thanks for posting that, I really needed to, you know, hear that or whatever, that doesn't stop our conversation. That starts a conversation. So then I message them back. Tell me how your dad died. It really does suck. And that first year is awful. And, you know, and then we have this really, really deep bond in relationships. So when I say build relationships, build deeper relationships with who you got. Who's already following you? Who's your tribe? You need to be like BFFs with everybody. That's when I'm saying you need to give more of you so that you can build deeper relationships with people. So that was number 8. Number 9, you have to do personal development. I am not good at personal development because I don't sleep a lot. So when I get in bed and think it's a good idea, I'll just read 10 pages. I fall asleep through my half of my first page. So I really struggle in this area, but here's what I will tell you about this area. When I read personal development consistently, I am like, I think I'm a rock star. That's what PD does. It's like all of a sudden, it's like, I'll be like fat and well, somebody's got feedback. I'll be like, you know, fat and lazy and overweight and suck and poor and ugly. And then I'll read PD for an hour and I'm like a rock star an hour later. Like that's what PD does. It changes how your confidence and it changes how you feel about yourself and your future. So you have to do PD because you have to have that I'm a rock star mindset to be a successful coach. So how are we going to get PD in? You have to listen to the National Wake Up Call. That is free PD from people that are rock stars in your own profession. If you're not listening to that call, you are just missing out on free awesomeness. You have to listen to it. It's recorded. You can listen to it 24 hours a day. In fact, if you have a lot of time, go in the Coach Online office and listen to 10 of them because they're all there for you. You have to get on your team calls. And you have to get on whatever groups you're involved in. I guess, I don't know if they're going to do more Zooms like this for the Diamonds group, but you have to get on them. And even if your kid is throwing up, Get on the goddamn Zoom because you have a phone that can go with you. I have coaches that will not miss a Zoom call. They will be in the corner, hovered in a bathroom at work because they're not going to miss what we have to say. And those are my diamonds. Not the ones that messaged me, well, my daughter won't go to bed and it's really time I tuck her in. They're not diamonds, and they're not going to be diamonds. Because look at Crystal's little girl. She's probably past her bedtime, but she's not tucking her in because she's on this call. Right? That's a diamond coach. When you start having these excuses why you can't listen to the national call or be on your team call, you're just not diamond coaches. PD, podcasts are awesome. So it's an app you download on your phone. Shalene Johnson has an unbelievable podcast. Sean T has an unbelievable podcast. And my podcast app got deleted. I tried to look it up yesterday to give a couple more. Lewis Howes has another good one. Ask Crystal. I'm sure she has podcasts. There are amazing podcasts. They're easy. I listen to podcasts in the grocery store. I put my earbuds in. Platinum Presenters has their own podcast. That's right, I forgot about that one. I go to the grocery store. I'll have like 3 of my 4 kids with me, and I put my earbuds in and listen to the podcast. I don't want to hear about them asking me for everything on every aisle. I just have my podcast in. You can get it in. And then, you have audiobooks. So those of you that work and commute, that's awesome. You can listen to audiobooks. Some people listen to the audiobooks when they're working out and mute the workouts. Okay, so you just need to figure out a way to get in PD, and you need to read, the top books like GoPro and Eat That Frog, and I'm sure you all have a big a list in your team pages as well. But you have to get PD in. And number 10 is you have to just start. And that's my number 10. So I have coaches that sign up and they read all the policy and procedures and they read all the compensation plans and they have binders and they're color coded and they know all the rules and they haven't done shit. Okay? Start with the 10 things I just gave you. And if you do it wrong, at least you started. At least you know you're doing it wrong and you can do it right. Please, I did everything wrong in the beginning, but I didn't just sit there and make excuses. I was going and doing. And don't wait till it's perfect. That's why I said come up with a free group and start it. Start it Monday. Just start. And if it sucks, who cares? It's only going to be better next time. So if you're busy, waiting till you have it all in place, you're never going to get better. So you have to just start. So I know a couple of you guys were messaging the numbers. I'm just going to real quick. Number 1 was stay on your own journey. Number 2 was post about your journey. Number 3 was share more of you. 4 was you have to post about your business. 5 was you have to invite with a call to action. Where do you want them to go? What do you want them to do? Number 6, you have to run challenge groups or support groups. 7, you have to run free groups. 8, build deeper relationships. 9, personal development. And 10, just start. So how are you going to do all those 10 things when you work full time and you have 3 toddlers at home and a husband that's always at work? How are you going to get all 10 of them done every day? You can thank me now because I'm going to tell you exactly how. There's 4 things you're going to do. Number 1, you are going to make a schedule and stick to it. If my office hours are 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. and a coach messages me at 7 a.m., first of all, I'm not even going to know because my phone's on my charger because that's time to get the kids ready for school. So get your phones out of your hand when you're on a date with your husband and when it's time to get the kids ready for school and when you're picking your kids up from school and at dinner time, get your phone out of your hand. Okay, because this business can take over your life and you'll hate it. So office hours are a huge part of your schedule. So if a coach messages me at 2 p.m., that's time with my kids, I don't respond at all. It's not my office hours. The world's not going to end because they don't know if Shakeology is vegan, okay? Don't answer your coaches and challengers all day long because they will just text you and text you and text you all day long and take over your life. And they need to figure this crap out on their own. You can't be telling them if there's whey protein in Shakeology when it's out there. All they have to do is hit Google. So I do train my coaches in my new training, like use Google, use facts before you ask me anything. So set that schedule and stick to it. If it says you work out at 8 a.m., work out at 8 a.m., period. Even if you don't feel like it. And if it says you have work hours, you know, at a certain time, do it. Now, your schedule doesn't have to be the same every day. Mine is not. I have a little one in preschool one day where I have a full day, so I have a lot on that schedule. I only do follow-ups like twice a week. I don't do them every night. So whatever's going to work for you, but stick to it. Stick to it. And my kids know if you throw me off my schedule, mom's going to be a raving lunatic. Okay, because I drive to dance at 4 p.m. Don't tell me at 3:30 you got to leave now to be there early today, because that don't work. I have a schedule and I stick to it. That's how we work. As we're a well-oiled machine here. That's how we get it all in. Put your kids to bed if you have kids. That's huge on my team because it's a lot of young moms. Put your kids to bed. Kids need a bedtime, like 8 o'clock. Put them to bed. They go to school the next day. Put them to bed, because that's an hour or two that you could be working. You have to have a to-do list, and I've learned amazing things about to-do lists. So here, actually, I have a little to-do list. When I get off this call, here's what I need to do. Don't tell Shalene I have them on sticky notes, because it's supposed to be on your phone, but I love sticky notes. Your to-do list, you're going to have one every single day. Make it at the same time every day. I do mine before I go to bed for the next day. You might do it in the morning when you get up. Have a to-do list. That to-do list is only things that you can do that day based on your schedule. And each item of your to-do list only takes you 10 to 15 minutes. Okay? So your to-do list isn't going to say, create my free 5-day cleaning, my free 5-day group all, you know, today. Because you're not going to do that in one day, chances are. But what number one on your to-do list, in fact, you can write it down right now because you're going to do it when you get off this call, come up with the topic of my free group. And then maybe tomorrow it's going to say, come up with a graphic and post, or, you know, an ad for my free group. That's it. Not create a whole group, create a whole training, get a website, get an email opt-in. Like, that stuff all takes time. I want you to break down your to-do list into little teeny steps that you can then cross off so that you're moving in the right direction and making progress towards the big picture that needs to be done. And then in your to-do list, those 10 or 15 minute blocks, you're only going to put as many on there that you know you have time to do. And until they all get crossed off, you don't go to bed. And that's it. So if I have 5 things on here because I know I have about an hour after this call, then I need to do all 5 before I go to bed. I very rarely keep it on there till the next day, because they're little teeny things that I know I can accomplish. Okay, so that's real important on the to-do list. Now, my whiteboard has like a monthly list, a weekly list, and then my daily to-do list. So, you know, on my monthly list, it might say, you know, redo my website, or, you know, create a new team training, things like that. But as I move it on to the weekly, I break it down to something that can be done in a week. And then as I move it on my daily, I break it down into steps of 10 or 15 minutes. And that's really, really big on the to-do list, because I think your to-do list can get overwhelming and you end up doing nothing. The third thing is you have to make sacrifices. So if you want to be a diamond coach, you have to sacrifice something. Unless you have, you know, this life where you're really bored and absolutely have nothing to do, maybe you don't need to sacrifice, but I think most of us are really, really busy and we have jobs and kids and things like that. What can you sacrifice to give yourself time to make sure everything gets done? So for me, it was sleep. So for about a year, I slept 3 hours a night. And that was okay with me. Maybe you need 8 hours of sleep, and I'm not saying don't sleep. Fine, sleep 8 hours, but can you get up a half hour earlier? Can you use your 1 hour lunch break at work where you can go lock yourself in a closet and have 1 hour of focus instead of going out to lunch with your best friend? Okay, can you stop watching trashy TV at night? And maybe you can't. I had a coach that said to me, I have to watch the Kardashians, or, you know, I watch E-News, like whatever. Fine. If it's not something you don't want to give up, don't give it up, but find something you can give up. And I'll tell you a couple things I've sacrificed. that were hard for me. Okay, so I love to put my kids to bed. I have two teenagers and two little ones. I like putting them all to bed. I lay with my teenagers and we talk about their day. The little ones, I read to them. I love it. I gave that up 2 nights a week. So 2 nights a week, my husband puts them to bed. And for me, that was a sacrifice. You know, they're only going to be little ones and I want to read to them and whatever, but you know what? I want to be a kick-ass coach too. So I had to sacrifice something. And so for me, it was 2 nights a week, my team call night and one other night where my husband puts the kids to bed. After school, my middle one gets out at 1:45. The other ones don't get out till like 4. So I love picking my kids up from school. We walk, because I live in Florida, we walk and it's all the other parents, and then we walk home and I hear all about her day and, you know, get to see her interact with her friends. I love doing it. That's why I'm a stay-at-home mom. 2 days a week, she goes to a friend's house because I don't have to stop working at 1:30. I get to work till 4 o'clock. And that was another sacrifice I made. So you need to decide in your life what are little things you can sacrifice that still are okay with your values, but that you know it's worth it. That little bit of sacrifice will make big gains in your business. And the fourth thing that you need to do to make sure you get it all in is you have to delegate stuff. So I'm telling you right now, I know nobody can do anything as good as you. I know that because that's true for me. Nobody's going to do everything as good as I do. And I know that, right? Because I'm that type A personality, but they can still do it. And they can do it with the same outcome. So when you start delegating, which you're all going to start doing because you have to, you need to ask yourself, does it have the same outcome? Okay, so my husband now folds the laundry at night. Okay, it's like his job because I don't have time to fold laundry. I was folding laundry at like 3 a.m. So now he makes sure he does the laundry either before he goes to work or at night before he goes to bed. And he doesn't fold the towels the way I like them folded, right? But then I have to say, does it have the same outcome? Are they clean? Or are they folded? Or are they put away? Then let it go. So when you start delegating, if it has the same outcome, let it go. If you start, as you start growing, have teams, you're going to have coaches that want to be leaders on your teams, and they might start doing your and if they use pink instead of your team color with hearts on it because it's Valentine's Day, which my assistant did, and I thought my head was going to explode, I had to it has the same outcome. Even though it had pink hearts and not my logo, it had the same outcome, and you have to let it go. So when you do delegate, you need to realize no one's going to do it as good as you. But if it has the same outcome, you have to let it do. So what can you delegate? You don't need to clean your house because you can pay somebody like $10 an hour to do that. And I make way more than $10 an hour. Okay. I don't delegate as much as I want to delegate. And that is a hard one for me because I'm a stay-at-home mom and I should be able to do it all. But like I'm looking for a housekeeper right now because I want somebody to go to the grocery store for me. I want somebody to prep my meals. I want somebody to do my laundry, and I want somebody to organize because that is a waste of time, especially if it's time when my kids aren't around and I could focus and work. Delegate things to your spouse. Like I said, my husband will fold the laundry. I pay the bills. I paid the bills for 20 years. Like, I'm like, here, your turn. You're up. Like, I don't have time for this because that was an hour a week. So think about things in your house. Even my teenagers now, I'm like, guess what? You're up. You're vacuuming the upstairs, and they have like a little list because they really did nothing because I always did everything for them, and now they like vacuum and they wipe up the bathroom mirrors. They don't do a good job, but I've delegated it to them. And delegating on your team is big. And I know you guys are a lot of new coaches, but I'll tell you, I never asked anything on my team, even as we were growing. And I even had other diamonds, and I'd be like, oh, but they're so busy and they work full time, and I could just do it all. So I had an assistant, and it didn't work out. When my assistant left, I posted on my team page and said, this is what I need done in order for us to keep pushing forward with new trainings. And I listed like 10 things that I wanted done. Success Club shout outs, PV shout outs, announcing the team call, things like that. And within like a minute, everything on that list was taken by my team. So if you don't ask, nobody's going to just, offer to do it. So you have to ask. And I promise you, you're going to get feedback from your team and your coaches that they want to help you. So as you start getting coaches under you, delegate something. Delegate something, and it makes them step up as leaders too. Also, part of delegating, hopefully you know ELANs. So Elance used to be Odesk, and now they're One, and there's another one, Fiverr. So you can hire somebody to do any kind of task you want done, graphic design, making videos, things on your website, for like next to nothing. I needed a new banner for my YouTube. Okay, I could have done it. I happen to like graphics, so I have a lot of graphic programs, but then I like it so much, but it takes me like an hour to perfect it, you know, like align it all up and whatever. So it's taken me an hour or more to do a YouTube cover, and the alignment is so funny, it's a funny shape. And I remember when I Elanced it, it was one of the first things I Elanced. My kids were home and they wanted to go to the beach and this, so I put it up on Elance for $4. Somebody made me a YouTube banner while I drove my kids, my teenagers, to the beach. I got home and it was in my inbox for $4. So something that would have taken me an hour and a half, and I don't even know how to upload it on my YouTube channel, so that would have been longer. I did it for $4 on Elance. I had a video I wanted clipped. It was like a training video, but the beginning had some other people talking. I put it on Elance, and I think it was like $3. And they clipped it and got it back to me in my email in like an hour. And that would have taken me like forever because I didn't even know how to do it. I'd have to Google it. And, you know, so think about things that you want done in your business. You want a logo, you want a stamp with your name on it so you can put it on your pictures, things like that. You don't have to do that stuff. You can outsource that. So I'm a huge fan of outsourcing, especially things that, you know, don't cost a lot of money. So that's really it. You know, if you stick to your schedule and you have a daily to-do list that's doable, you sacrifice something and you delegate stuff, you're going to find time to do that list of 10 things I told you you have to do. And if you really, really want to be a diamond coach, you'll figure out how to do it. Okay, and I'm also going to tell you right now, and I think you guys have decided that you want to be diamond, which is awesome, but diamond doesn't happen by chance. And if you're already diamond and you're pushing for premier or 2-star, I'm telling you right now, that doesn't happen by chance. So, you know, I have like diamond coaches that are like working their business, but they're like, yeah, well, if it happens, it happens. No, it's not going to happen. Okay, decide what you want, put it on your vision board, and make it happen. Come up with a plan and make it happen. So I want you to set your goal really, really high and make it happen. Like no ifs, ands, or buts. Like last year, I think it was June. I'm like, I think I'll be an elite coach. I'm like, yeah, I'll be I put it up on my vision board. I was so far from being able to be an elite coach in June when I put that on my vision board. But guess what? It was there, and I looked at it every day, and I made a plan, and I got there. And maybe you'll fall short, but I can tell you you'll end up way further than where you were. So, you know, it's worth dreaming big and trying to get there because you're going to end up way further than where you are. So, you know, diamond is not going to happen by chance. It's going to take hard work, and it'll be worth it when you get there. But I will tell you, and you'll go over this in your diamond plan, that diamond isn't really a destination. You know, you don't get diamond and be like, I'm diamond, I'm done. Okay, because what diamond is, it's your passport to then create a business. Diamond is like the starting point of amazing things. You have to keep working hard. But you don't just wake up diamond and all of a sudden, you know, have this huge paycheck and this, you know, big fan base and 400 Success Club points, because diamond's really the starting point. But it takes work to get there. So that's all I have for you, Crystal. I don't know if you wanted me to add anything.
No, thank you so much. Well, I want to just really take like maybe 2 or 3 questions. I don't want to hold you guys too long. For Jodie, does anybody want to jump in and ask a question or just say thanks? What do you guys think? I got a lot of messages.
Are you adding people? Because I want you on my friends list now.
I'll tell you what, I don't accept friend requests from coaches, but you automatically, if you friend request, you follow me, and that's the same thing. So, so yeah, you can follow me, and follow my YouTube channel too.
Okay.
It's Coach Miss Jodie. I put all of my coach training stuff that I do for my team is on my YouTube channel. That's all that's on my YouTube channel, are videos for coaches, really.
Is it MRS, Jodie?
No, it's MISS.
MISS.
I was a preschool owner for 14 years. That's what I used to do. So everybody in my town knew me as Miss Jodie because I owned the preschool.
Okay.
And all the kids called me Miss Jodie like for 14 years. So that's why my coach name is Miss Jodie. It's not because I'm some crazy stripper lady at night.
Everybody's messages coming in. Thank you. So just so you guys know, we did record it, but we're not just posting the recording. The reason I recorded it is because I think it's valuable information for you to rewatch. And it's valuable information as you continue to grow your team for your potential diamonds to watch. So I wanted to have a recording for sharing in that sense. I'm not posting it in the team though, and we're not going to share that it was recorded for those who can do it tonight.
Thank you. Stop recording it.
But
listen, when I recorded my calls, I'd have like 5 people on my call. I stopped recording them. I have like 45 on a call.
Yeah, that is true though.
And at work, you can't be like, I'm not coming to the board meeting tonight, right? You have to go.
Sure, fair enough. Would you mind, really quick, and not, you don't have to go too into detail, but would you just mind making a point about Emerald and the importance and how they could get there quickly for those that aren't?
Those that aren't Emerald? Yeah. If you're not Emerald, then you don't want to be a business owner. I sign new coaches if they want a business, they're Emerald week 1. That's it. You have a brother, mother, sister, cousin, husband, sister, daughter, friend that is going to help you out. If you want to build a business, you're Emerald. It's just it. You're Emerald. So our new coach training in my group is 2 weeks. You're Emerald by the end of the 2 weeks. And if you're not, then I'm not giving you any of my time. Because you don't want it. If you want it, you're Emerald.
You're lucky we're nicer than Jodie is. So somebody asked, and I can answer this question because I remember a day. Jodie and I have the same upline coach. We're on opposite legs, but we have the same upline coach, and we signed up around the same time. And there was a point in time that, yes, Jodie was very frustrated. She was like, forget all this. I'm done with this. I can't do it. And Jodie and I would talk. And I laughed because there was a point in time that I'm like, no, you're not quitting. Just stick with it. And now I go to Jodie for like everything. Can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? But somebody asked when you were doing 3 vital behaviors every day and you were getting frustrated with the business, how did you get through it?
Yeah. And I'll tell you, if you're frustrated in the business, I guarantee you're not doing the 3 vital behaviors. There's still times I'm frustrated with the business. Like, oh my God, I'm not going to make Success Club 10 and the world's going to end. And then I'll be like, well, shit, I haven't worked out in 2 weeks. Right? So I kind of guarantee you're not doing all 3 of the vital behaviors and feeling stuck. And, for me, it's PD too. I go in and out of PD just as much. I suck at nutrition. I suck at my workouts. I suck at my PD. And if one of those pieces is missing, you feel stuck. And I think if I'm doing those 3, you're not stuck. You're not stuck. And I challenge you when you feel like you're stuck to actually say, wait, am I working out every day? Like really committing to it? Am I, doing my nutrition every day? Am I doing PD? Things that matter. Because I believe that if you are doing them, you're not going to feel stuck. And if you do, you need a better PD book.
Agreed. Personal development is always the direction I point.
It is, and I'm not good at it. I'm telling you right now, I suck at it. In the beginning, I felt like I read all like the go-tos, like failing forward and the compound effect and GoPro. And then once I kind of got through them, I just kind of was like, I don't need it. But you do need it. You just have to find ones that you really like Girl Boss, I love, or You Are a Badass, I love. Like they're easy to read.
Maybe we'll take one more question for Jodie and then we'll wrap it up. Go ahead, Carrie.
Well, if nobody else has one, I just was curious, where are you at income-wise right now, Jodie? You talked to us a little bit about where you were before you made your goal, to become 5-star and elite, and then to when you got there. But what about now?
Right now, I make about $3,000 a week.
I love their eyeballs. They're like, what? Yeah, and it's being consistent. Would you say that's the number one thing that has...
And growing a team. that's the number one thing that's grown my volume, is growing my team. And when I say growing your team, it's not your personally sponsored, it's your personally sponsored coaches, and it's their coaches, and it's making sure the coaches you sign get Emerald that first 2 weeks, and teaching them that when they sign coaches, they get Emerald the first 2 weeks. And I promise you, as your downline gets deeper, you're going to find diamonds down there. So my team has 15 diamonds. Okay. Some of them are 5 and 6 deep from me, but that's growing my income. So we have 15 diamonds. Like I don't even know. We probably have 70 emeralds or more. I don't even know how to count my emeralds, but we have a ton. Everyone's emerald. Anyone that's working this business is emerald. So that's how you grow your income. So it's not even this, I need to get diamond. It's really developing your team to do all of the right things, and not just your PS coaches. That's huge. Not just your PS coaches. It's anybody down there.
I know you said you were done answering questions, but when you said you made the goal of getting elite, what was your rank when you made that your goal?
1 star with, I think it was 2-star qualifying when I went to Summit. So I was about 2-star, and I want to say I had about 12 or 15 personally sponsored coaches. And then those of you that are pushing elite or premier, there's like those points you need, which maybe you don't know about that, but those of you that do know the points, I had about, I don't remember what I had. I want to say I had like 30 points or something, and was 1 star. And elite was like 5-star and 130 points. Yeah, and I was like, okay, well, how do I do that? And I figured out how to do that.
All right, awesome. So thank you guys for coming on. Thank you, Jodie, so much for your time and all your valuable information. So 2 things to take home. Jodie gave you an assignment to create a free group. So that is 1. So post in our group about what your free group is going to be about, the title of it. And then your second assignment is to come up with a list of at least 100 people that you are going to talk to over this month. Go through your Facebook list, go through your phones, think of everybody that you know and everybody who knows somebody who you know, your mom's ancestors, friends, everybody, and make a list of 100 people, take a picture of it, post it in the group tomorrow. By tomorrow night. I don't know, some of you might be up working tonight, some of you might not be, but by tomorrow night, post it.
Yeah, I just real quick about the free group. I post my free groups at different times than when I'm pushing for like a challenge group. So you don't want to confuse people. So just keep that in mind. If you have like some big announcement of some huge, awesome group you're going to run, like don't do the free group the next day. So I typically post my free groups at the end of the month because I've already made Success Club. So that's when I'm okay doing a free group. So if you think of it that way, it's good to post towards the end of the month. It doesn't matter when you post it, but I'm just saying don't confuse people. Don't be like, I have a squat challenge and a clean eating challenge and a 21-day fix challenge. And, try not to confuse people when you do offer your free group. And I know you're probably going to be doing a lot of sneak peeks and things like that with this Diamonds group. So even though you're thinking of a topic, it might not be the best time to do it. So plan your month so it's kind of spaced out.
Excellent point. And yes, we will
And on your list, you guys, include the people that you've been scared to talk to, scared to message, the ones that make you want to poop your pants and even make you feel sick. Include those people in your list because those are the people that are going to help you move out of your comfort zone. Put them on your list and don't skip over them like you normally do. Put them on your list and actually make contact, okay?
Well, Crystal, you're going to, in your group, add the how to invite call stuff.
What? What?
The call I did on inviting with you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How to invite? Yes.
Yes, something. Carrie has it. Okay, because that's huge on who you're going to reach out to and who not to. Well, there are no not tos, but how to get over the fact that you should be reaching out to every single person you know.
And it really simplifies it. It really does.
You're talking about the one you did for our team, right?
Yeah, I think so. That's the one I use, I think.
Okay. So we will have more information for you guys over the next couple of days. We have a video for you to watch over the weekend. And we'll be talking some more in the group. So make sure, while I have your attention, that you have our group page in your favorites and your notifications are turned on. And we will be sharing more. So I can't wait to see your list and your free group topic. Again, Jodie, you are the best. Thank you. Nick's over here listening and cracking up at all your little comments. Nick's her buddy.
Nick's my buddy.
All right, you guys. Yes, Lauren. Carrie and Lauren, just stay on.
Oh,
All right, guys. Have a
Photo?
great night.
Wait.